This guy has probably not told anyone else about whatever he's going through, apart from his wife and probably family members. This is the same guy who is supposed to be strong, supportive, and every other thing that a man is supposed to be, while he's at his lowest. Lucky for him, he got what God had intended women or wives to be: noticing and understanding. Because this lady, as you can see, is not even complaining about the fact that she is running the show in the house. No, she is actually writing as a concern for her husband. What more would a man want? This guy is at his lowest. He is at his most vulnerable state. But the lady does not take that to her own advantage. She does not take advantage of the man. She is there trying to support him in one way or another. And for most men, and if you notice even from this story, the man is not complaining. The man is not rotting in the chair watching the TV every day and complaining about the economy. No. He's out every day trying to turn the wheels of his life, to try and get back on his feet. And the least he can expect from his wife is simply that: noticing and understanding. There is nothing that works best for a man than knowing that I'm going to go out there, I'm going to deal with life. Life is going to throw every curveball that it can to me. But the fact that I'm going to come home to my wife and to my children, if they have children, that alone is enough to give them the strength. There's nothing worse, or there's nothing that kills a man than going out there and dealing with life while still worrying that based on the way things are going, my wife is going to leave me. Or I can't come back home because my wife is going to be abusive, or my wife is going to be disrespectful. Mostly because my wife is going to remind me of the current situation, how bad things are, and how less of a man I am because I can't provide. So as we talk about men's mental health, it's important to notice or to realize that mental health for men comes with the support system that they have at home. Because rarely will you find bachelors battling huge depression unless it has something to do with the responsibilities they have at home. You're a bachelor and you still need to take care of maybe your younger brother or sister or your parents back at home. But minus that, the larger part of depressed people, depressed men who need counseling, men who need to talk to someone, is in marriages. And this marriage is what we're saying, that these men simply need just two things: that as a wife, notice and be understanding. Don't be disrespectful, simply notice, be understanding, be what he needs at that point, which is just one person who sees something good in him. Because out there, the employers do not see any value for him, and the police do not see any value for a poor man. Basically, life has a way of humbling anyone who is going through a problem, and men bear this brand big time. And the funny thing about these bad things, they happen when they only happen. Oh, the funny thing about the worst part of your life is that they happen. The funny thing about these bad things is that they happen when suddenly when you get a serious responsibility. Say your wife gets pregnant, or your child gets into school, or your mom or brother needs school fees. Just when they've joined college, just when they've joined university, just when someone is ill, is in the hospital and needs your help, that's when things fall apart. That's why they say when it rains it pours, because it starts with something simple like losing a job, or maybe losing a contract. So when you lose a contract, and then now you have loans, and then with the loans your business gets closed, and so much, and so on and so forth. So This month, as we focus on the mental health or the health of the boy child, just learn to talk to someone and hopefully get yourself someone who is supportive. Get yourself a girlfriend who is supportive. Get yourself a wife who is supportive. Because minus that, you're going to lose. As we focus on this month, so boy child, as you focus on your health this month, and many other months, but mostly this month, learn to. So boy child, as you focus on this month, make sure that you're trying your very best to turn the wheels around, just like this guy is doing, but in equal measure, pair yourself, if you have to, with people who are supportive, people who are understanding. If you have to get a girlfriend, if you have to get a wife, ensure that the kind of person you are with is part of your solutions, is part of your help. Do not get a person who is also part of your problem. So you deal with issues out here, and even at home you have to deal with more. That's going to kill you. And that's why men simply get to a point where they neglect themselves. Have you noticed some of the men who are alcoholics, when they give their story, you notice that not all, I'm talking about those who are okay at first, then fell into alcoholism or other sorts of bad behavior. You notice that it started at a point when their life fell apart. And like we've discussed like I've said in previous videos, adversity quotient, your ability to, and like I've talked about adversity quotient in previous videos, which is your ability to bounce back after you've hit rock bottom. For some of the people, that ability is low. So when they don't even get that support they need from their own house, their own friends, their own family, they simply give up. And when they give up, some will kill themselves, but others decide to die at 27, like we said. They'll only get buried at 70 or 85. So they'll be there. They'll be drinking themselves stupid. They'll do nothing. They'll not look for a job. And if they get one, they'll get fired for something else. They simply become a mess. Their self-confidence goes negative. All right? So, so men, just watch on your health. Watch the people you are with, the people you keep close, and to friends and relatives that I know that are going through shit, that are going through these issues. Be strong, and whenever you can, I'll call, because the other thing you can do for a person who is going through their worst, simply call and get to know what they are doing or how they are faring. Take some time, go spend time with that friend of yours who lost his job. Take time, go visit that friend who has not talked to you for a while. Go talk to him, understand why he's like that. Unfortunately, we are too proud. If someone is not calling us, or if I call you 3 or 4 times and you are not initiating calls, I simply assume you're not my friend, so I don't call. Perhaps this other person that's not calling or that's not reaching out to you is going through hell. Maybe the level of hell they are going through is something you cannot fathom. So they choose to be alone, not out of choice, but out of desperation, or as a coping mechanism to whatever they are going through. So try and be there for someone that's going through an issue. Try and be there for them in your own little way. Mother Teresa once said that not all of us can love in a big way or can give in a big way, but if you can, just give in your own small way, filled with a lot of love. Call that person, visit that person, get to know why they are behaving the way they are, get to know how you can help. Other than that, boy child, look out for your own self, because no one is coming to save you. right?